Hello everyone, I'm Sunny and I'm a software engineer. Today I'm going to talk about ChatGPT. Yes, as we all know, ChatGPT is a buzzword of 2023. Everyone is talking about ChatGPT. As we all know that ChatGPT has gained 1 million users in just 5 days, which is like beating almost all the famous apps in the world. Today, I'm not going to bore you by telling you what is ChatGPT and how it works. Rather, I'll tell you how you can use ChatGPT as a developer to increase your productivity. One of the reasons for creating this video a little late is I wanted to explore the features of ChatGPT and wanted to understand how I can use this tool to increase my productivity. And to be honest, I'm using ChatGPT extensively for my day-to-day work. So that is the reason why I have decided to bring this ChatGPT series where I'll be showing you different features and how you can use it. So let me tell you that myself, I'm using this ChatGPT thing from last 1 month, and let me tell you that I have gained a lot of benefits from this particular tool. Starting from increasing productivity for your day-to-day work to growing your content creation journey on different social media handles and whatnot. So there will be a lot of things which will be coming on your way through this ChatGPT series. So stay tuned and let's start with this video. So today I'll show you 5 things which will help you to become a better developer. Plus one bonus tip at the end. So watch this video till the end. Being a software developer, every day we spend most of our time playing around a code base, right? It could be about understanding legacy code, writing new feature to the existing code base, or it could be about refactoring the existing code. It could be also about writing tests, fixing bugs and whatnot, right? So today I'll show you how I am using ChatGPT for this kind of works. Okay, so let's start with understanding a legacy code base. So what happens when you, let's say when you get into the project and there is some existing code base already written, right? So what generally happens is whenever we get to write any new feature or fix any bugs, we have to understand the existing code base, right? And in the legacy code, it may happen that the code which you are reading is not very clear and you are spending a lot of time understanding the existing code base, right? So what you can do, let's say there is a specific method which you are finding difficult to understand. What you can do is you can take help from ChatGPT to understand a piece of code. So let me demonstrate how you can do that. So let me go to the IntelliJ editor. So I have this class which is called complex tasks. So I kept this naming random. So just focus on here. So this is a method which does some kind of tasks. But let's say you are new to this particular code base, and also let's say you find this method a bit complex. By complex, what I mean is it might be easier for someone else to understand, like they may compared to you, other person may take lesser time, but it depends, right? Like it also sometimes depends on the kind of constructs or the kind of language it is being written on. So you can think of it in this way, that you have a lesser experience on this particular tech stack or language, or this new features of Java, let's say. So this particular code is in Java, right? And if you see, there are a lot of things like executor service, completion service, things like that which is being used, and it might be possible that you have not used this particular libraries before. So this piece of code you may find difficult to understand. So what you can do, you can simply copy this particular code method and you can paste it here. Before that, you just need to let ChatGPT know what you want to do with this particular code. So here what I'll tell, I'll just ask ChatGPT to explain me the code. Okay, and then I can simply paste it. So if I put enter, let's see what ChatGPT gives. So here is what ChatGPT gives you. So ChatGPT basically explains it like what this particular code is doing. And if you notice that it has explained this beautifully, like what this function is doing. If you just pause the video and just read about it, read this, you will understand how clearly it has explained. The next thing what you can do is you can also ask it to explain line by line. So I'll say explain line by line. So sometimes it happens, right, that you may not understand a specific line. So if you write in this way, it will also like go line by line and will tell you what each line is doing. So now if you see, it has explained each and every line in details. So in this way, you can take any code snippet and you will ask ChatGPT to explain, and you will have to spend much lesser time to understand existing code. So I hope you will be also using this feature of ChatGPT to understand any legacy code. So what's next? Once you understand the existing code snippet, what you end up doing is you refactor the code, right? You simplify the code, or you basically refactor to make it more readable. So I can ask ChatGPT, can you simplify this code for me? So let's see what ChatGPT gives you. So here, if you see, it gives you a simpler code. Like it's not much simpler. It's not like very different from the existing code. But yeah, it tries to refactor a bit. So let me tell, can you please refactor more? So sometimes what happens is like you may have like ChatGPT may not give you the best code, but yeah, it can have some scope of further refactoring, right? So I asked just to refactor it more. Let's see what it returns you. Here, if you see in the new code, what it says, it replaced the executor completion service with completable future, which is a more modern way of handling async tasks. So if you see the like the beautiful part of it is like it changes your code and also explains why it does that, right? Similarly, you can go through this explanation to understand what changes it has done and why. So I find this way of response very helpful because it also explains me why it does that particular change, right? So similarly, you can express your thoughts like how you want to have your code, and then similarly, ChatGPT will respond you with the much simpler and much readable code to you. Okay, but here one thing which you have to take care is you also have to check this code, because this code may not be completely correct or completely the replica of what you have given. So make sure that whatever you get from here, you also do your due diligence to understand if the code given by ChatGPT is correct or not. And further, you can add your changes as well, right? So you can think of this as a tool which helps you to reduce your time to perform such tasks, right? So basically, it does half of your task, and then on top of it, you can simply put your changes, whatever you have, right? So yeah, this also is very helpful. Let me tell you the next thing. The next thing you do, what you generally end up doing once you refactor the code, you also want to add unit test, right? So generally what happens when you read any legacy code, you generally add the test first, so that you don't break the functionality while refactoring. So that should be the sequence. But yeah, here I have refactored the code before, which is not correct in a way, but yeah, you can do it accordingly. But let me tell you, you can also ask ChatGPT to add test for this. So I'll just say write JUnit test for this. So here, if you see, it has provided you the test for your class, and it has also explained what it does. Let me tell you that this is not the best way you can write your test, but yeah, everyone has their own preference of writing the test. But ChatGPT will definitely help you to identify the test cases and writing new tests, right? So let's say if you are new to this unit testing thing, you can take help from it. You can get some unit test samples and then explanation, and accordingly you can write your test, right? So yeah, this also is very helpful. And one more thing, you can also uh, ask ChatGPT to like to use different mocking libraries. Let's say if you are writing code in Java, then you can ask for writing a test case using JUnit maybe 5 or JUnit 4 along with a mocking library, let's say Mockito, right? Similarly, when you are writing code on Kotlin, you can ask to write a JUnit 5 test or JUnit 4 test on Kotlin using the mocking library Mockk, right? So this kind of inputs you can provide to the ChatGPT, and similarly you will get responses accordingly. So I find this really helpful for the developers who are new to this particular framework. And sometimes it happens that you don't know, you know, like let's say if you are transitioning from one tech stack to another tech stack, you know the things that this this is something I wanted to implement, but I don't know how this can be done using this particular library or framework. So accordingly, you can say that I want to, let's say, I want to spy this particular attribute of this test in Kotlin using mock-k. How we can do that? So you will definitely get samples or an explanation from ChatGPT, and that will help you to reduce your time. Like if you have to do the same thing previously, what would have done is you would have search on Google, you would have gone through multiple posts on Stack Overflow and whatnot. So you will cut out all these things to reduce your time, and you will get clear pinpoint samples with the explanation over here. So yeah, this way that would be very helpful for you to basically use your time effectively while writing this kind of tests. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let me tell you one more interesting thing about ChatGPT is it will also help you to find some bug on your code. So let's say you have identified some bug in your code, but you're not able to pinpoint where is the bug. So what you can do, you can ask ChatGPT if it can help you. So let me go to my IntelliJ. I have a bubble short code written over here. So let me show you. I have this code snippet and I have added a bug in this method. Let me just see if ChatGPT will be able to identify. So let's copy this method. So if you see, I have this main method which basically calls this sort method, and basically it will sort the input. So let me first run this to just to show you what is the error. So here if you see, I'm getting index 7 out of bounds, right? An issue with this for loop, basically it is crossing the length of the array while iterating through it. So let me just copy this to the ChatGPT console and let's see what it does. So I'll just ask find the bug and I'll just paste it. Let's see. So if you see, it has like exactly pinpointing what is the issue. So it says the bug in this code is in the inner for loop, and the loop is iterating from 0 to array length minus I instead of array length of -1 minus I. So let me just ask for the modified code. Can you give me the modified code? So I could have just used this and modify my code, but let me just ask it to provide me the correct code. So here if you see, it is writing that corrected code. What I'll do, I'll just copy this code. So it is also explaining, but before that, let me just run this. So what I can do is I can paste over here. Okay, and let me now run this. So this is the input. So now you can see we are getting the correct output, right? So this is very beautifully done by ChatGPT. Like it identifies the bug, it rectifies the code, and then you can simply use it. But yeah, on top of it, you have to do your due diligence. You have to check if there is any other thing which can be fixed or which can be written better. But yeah, so here if you see, this is the modified code and this is the explanation for it. So I hope you find this amazing, because I was amazed with this kind of responses. So I hope you must be also liking this. So what next? Next, what I can ask ChatGPT is to write this code in a more better way, like using the latest Java code style. So let me just ask modify this code using latest Java 11 features. So here in this example, if you see what they have done, instead of using a temporary variable, it has simply used the function swap, right? So here if you see, we have these 3 lines replaced by just 1 line where it uses the swap function of arrays. So yeah, that's how you can ask ChatGPT to perform different operation, different optimization on your code. So I hope you will also be start using ChatGPT in this way. So let me show you the final thing. The final bonus thing which I said earlier is to add a documentation for a code or something, right? We everyone like I must be sure that a lot of developers don't like to write documentations, right? And that's where ChatGPT can help you. So you can simply ask to write a documentation for this code. So here you will get a beautifully written documentation for this code snippet. So what can be more amazing than this, right? You don't have to spend writing documentation, right? You can also like instruct, like I want this documentation point wise. So if you write, like if you give inputs like this, it can also format your documentation according to what you want, right? So if you see, this started giving me this bullet points, right, on this documentation. So yeah, this is how you can ask ChatGPT to perform some mundane task which you don't like to do. So yeah, those can be done using ChatGPT. But yeah, make sure you don't put your production code or company's code on this public platform. That is not recommended. What you can do is you can abstract the things, like you can abstract a particular thing and you can put in your language like what you want to do. So as you know, right, this can understand usual English language, right? So you can abstract the things and then you can put your words and then you can ask for the like whatever the query you have, you just put it and you will get responses, and you just modify the responses accordingly and then use it for your work, right? Yeah, that's one way how you can use ChatGPT as a software developer. So next I'll show you how you can use ChatGPT to grow your content creation journey, and as well how you can like do different things. Like there are different categories, right? Whether it is about different social media writing, engaging post, or creating script for your next video. How you can also potentially earn money from ChatGPT, like how ChatGPT can help you to, which can help you earn some money. So that's all from this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video and learned something from this video. Please like this video and share this video with your friends. And if you are new to this channel and if you don't want to miss any new ChatGPT video on my channel, please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. Thank you for watching.